Good morning, YouTube. We've had the next bank that's going to go bankrupt hit the system, which is Credit Suisse in Switzerland. Luckily, fortunately, or based on their choices, the Swiss government bailed out this bank and arranged a purchase with UBS so that bank didn't go under. So that was good to stop the contagion effect. And the banks have been doing this, the governments have been doing this with the big banks that have been happening now going under. What's the next thing to happen? The next big one, besides this little trickle that you're seeing of banks having problems, is going to be commercial real estate in the next 1 year. In the 1 year past, 20% of the commercial real estate, just to give you round numbers, will come up for renewal. The prior was at, let's say, 4% interest rate. The current will be at 7.25. Mostly, I view that as a doubling of the actual cost structure of all commercial real estate that comes up for renewal. And so that will hit 3 people. If they can handle it, then we'll be fine. One is the business owner that is renting in that place. That rent might go up. It could double. If they can afford it, if they're stuck there, if they're not flexible, if they can't move, the person might double that. Number 2 is the owner of that commercial property. They will definitely get hit with that interest rate. And when the interest rate comes in, they'll have to pass the cost to the tenant, sell the building if they can, or default, or just take the losses versus other properties. And the third one is the bank. So in percentages, those 3 people will take that loan, that loss, and that is not an if, that is just a when and how big the loss is. And so let's say that the commercial real estate market is $4.5 trillion and the rate has gone from 4 to 7%. Then you have all that debt, that big wave coming in, as those rates reset to a higher rate. And so the banks, if they can't raise the rates, if they can't pay it down, if they can't cover the losses, or they don't want to, can't sell it, then the banks will take the losses as they come back now. That will cost the banks money, especially up front, and with everything going to the banks, depending on how much commercial property they have, you could see additional bank defaults. But the worst thing is not necessarily the bank. The worst thing are the things you don't see. A restaurant I know sells tacos, went under, and having talked to the owner previously, I know that their rent was directly tied to the costs on that building, and the costs would have went up. Based on the cost going up, the cost of their debt going up, then their rent probably would have attempted to double at that part, and so they just closed. Now people don't link that back to this interest rate crisis, but it is. And so that pain of interest rates rising is starting to get spread out to the system to try to control the inflation that the government created by spending so much money. And so I just kind of want to share that with you this morning to see the next things to drop. Now, a couple things that I am doing. I bought, and I'm not analyst or whatever. I'm just telling you what I did. I bought some Home Depot stock when it was down because I'd sold some when it was up. I bought some government bonds and CDs to prepare for some interest rate risks in the real estate area that I have. And I'm continuing to operate the businesses that I have profitably. And the best thing to do to reduce your risk is to have profits. To have something that you're doing that makes you money and has no downside risk. And so, job is good for that. Selling things online might be good for that. So that's kind of what I do in general. And so those decrease my risk. Maybe I don't make as much profit because if somebody passes a cost along to me, I have to pass it along to the renters or things like that. But I'm kind of in the middle, trying to stabilize what I can. And so have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.